If you feel like your social life is stuck at 0, don't be alarmed, it's okay. You're statistically normal. Let's talk about it if you do want to change it. It's really simple. All you need to do is focus on 3 things. Environment audit, self-reflection, and a reality check. So let's go over it. What is an environment, right? An environment is your surroundings. It's what makes up you. It's the people you're surrounding yourself with, the places that you're going, the people that you're hanging out around, right? So the first environment right here is you sitting alone in your room, playing on your computer or on your phone, just hanging out alone, right? Versus a room full of people. So if we're auditing your environment, wrong environments that don't help us make friends or connect with people, those are wrong environments. Those produce bad outcomes. Okay, versus environments that are correct environments, right? Social environments, those produce forced connection. So you're more likely to connect with people if you're in an environment where there are people to be connected with. For example, I created a Discord, which the link is down in the description below this video. It's a brotherhood. It's essentially to combat the male loneliness epidemic that we're going through right now. Next one is self-reflection. 2 little bullet points over there. The first one has an X, and it says that fake interest leads to burnout, leads to quitting, which just means you stop talking to that person. Like if you notice that, like, anytime you talk to somebody, if you just try to fake it, if you actually want to pick up a girl, but you fake acting interested in her for whatever reason, she's gonna pick up on that. Things might work out over time, but she'll pick up on that, and that's fake, right? Versus if you actually are really into shoes, or if you're actually really into cars and you see someone who has a sick pair of shoes or a sick car, and you're like, bro, that's so sick, how long have you had that? You're actually engaged. Well, then that's going to end you up down, that's going to land you in the little second check mark right there, which is real interest leads to reps, leads to relationships. Crazy. Start thinking about the places that you're constantly in. Are you in school? Okay, well, when you're in school, what do you do outside of the classroom? Do you just go straight home? Do you not talk to people? Self-reflect, think about the things that you're actually approaching people for. Think about the things, are you trying to force it? We'll get down here in just a second. Okay, so first one, audit your environment, kind of get an idea of what's, what situations are you putting yourself into, or where are you, or what situations are you not putting yourself into, right? You might think, oh, well, partying is for losers, right? But actually partying is where people make a lot of friends, where you meet people, right? It's just an environment. It doesn't mean you're a partier. It just means that it's a strategy to go to an event called a party, or a club, or a rave, or a festival. That's a strategy. It doesn't mean you have to be addicted to going to parties every weekend. Okay, number 3, reality check. You guys might like this one. So again, we have what not to do, which is to be a taker, right? So this is reality, man. You have to audit yourself. Are you a taker or are you a giver? The first thing that you don't want to do is be a taker. So takers repel people. Okay, let's break that down for a second. What is a taker? What is someone who's a taker? That means if somebody, if you're in an organic conversation with somebody, and they're genuinely trying to vent or get something off their chest or something, and you constantly bring it back to you, meaning that you're constantly looking for validation, even though this person truly needs some kind of support or something, but you're turning that into a thing for you, or it's about you, or if all you do is just hit someone up because you need something from them, but it's money, or you need attention, or you're just bored, so you're gonna hit this person up. You're not actually hitting them up because you want to know how this person's doing. You're just contacting them for your own selfish needs. You are a taker, and people don't like to be around takers. It doesn't necessarily mean all you do is beg for money, or all you do is beg for attention or something. What do you do? Do you take or do you give? Think about if you feel oh, I'm a taker, think about the things what do you give in relationships? Think about those things, audit those things. Is it not very many things, or is it a whole lot of things? Because the second thing is giver, which is givers attract people, right? So it's pretty simple. It's pretty simple economics 101, right? Supply and demand. What happens to an entrepreneur when they figure out how to give when they figure out how to give something to someone that they want for a profit? Well, now I have a business. Like that's the free enterprise model, which is like, as an entrepreneur, I have to be able to recognize what are different problems in the market that like all of you guys want solved. How can I solve that in a way that gets you to want to pay me? And then how can I do that at scale so that it's not just helping 100 people, I'm helping 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, a million people, 10 million people, right? You cannot succeed in business as a taker. If all you do is like for me as a personal trainer, if all I did was focus on take, and I didn't provide value, I didn't provide, a safe space for my clients to open up and talk about their lives, if I didn't provide actual results when it comes to fitness, if I didn't provide optimism and positivity every time I showed up, like if I was just like, oh man, like if I'm always down and out, like I'm the trainer, bro. Like if I'm always down and out, I'm like, oh man, like I can't wait to go see this client so I can just like dump all my emotional baggage on them. It's like, that's me taking from them, bro. Like the only thing I try to take is the cash. Everything else I give. I'll give you a positive result. I'll give you a positive, personality. I'll give you a good time while we're doing it. Like I am trying to give as much as I can. In exchange for that, people just throw their money at me, which is a great thing to have because I've also been in a taker position. And as soon as I start drifting into a taker position, that magnetic, the magnetism of what I want stops coming to me because I'm trying to worry about myself. Really, it's just like the more you worry about yourself, the less other people are going to worry about you and like kind of give for you. Whereas if you're just constantly giving to other people, like other people are going to see that and they're going to want to give to you. The last thing here is like what happens when you do all these things and you got it going on correctly, right? The outcome loop. Okay, what is the outcome loop? The outcome loop is environment, consistency in the environment, adding value to the environment, to the people in that environment, and then the people in that environment start inviting you, and then you have a social circle. But essentially the last thing on here is the progress tracker, right? We gotta make sure we're tracking our progress. Like, how is our social life going? Well, it starts with showing up. Are you showing up to the right environments? Okay, second thing is being known. Like, do people know you, or are you just standing in the corner, right? Like become known to them. Make yourself known, make yourself present. Okay, then do they like you, right? Well, how do you know if they like you? Are you a giver or are you a taker? Or, like, just because you're the loudest person in a little circle of 5 people at the party, like you're talking about yourself, like you're laughing, like you're like taking the lead, right? Like just because you're one of those people doesn't mean that you're giving. Right? Like if you're just constantly like talking over the other 5 people in the group, that like if someone tries to say something funny and you just like shoot them down or like this, that, right? Like you're taking, you're not giving, right? But if you can if maybe like there's a group of guys that like 5 dudes talking right here and someone says something and you can amplify what they said or like play off of what they said to like make it even funnier so everyone thinks it's funny, now you're being a giver. The last 2 things are show up, be known, be liked, then get invited places, then you have a circle. Really, I'm gonna be honest with you, like, it's normal, dude. Like, it is normal for people to not have friends as you get older. That's what I've realized is that, like, as you start to, like, the first significant event that I noticed was after high school. Once high school ended, like people went out to college, to different states, people went out to different colleges, people started working jobs, so like everyone kind of dispersed. And then after college, I stopped going to college after a year, but I'm sure a lot of you guys recognize the same thing. Like, if you're in a fraternity or something, or if you have like a friend group from college, or just seeing all these younger folks every day, right? Like after college, that ends. Now you're working with a bunch of 40, 50, 60-year-olds, right? Like that ends. And so all those people that you're working with now probably have families. So like that's the thing is like as time goes on and people get older, people stop valuing friendships and they start valuing families more. So like as a guy, if you're going, in your early 20s, like you have friends, like close friends, like you go out, do whatever. But then like some of them start getting married, some of them start having babies until it's like just you or just you and one other guy. And then you guys start having babies and getting married. And then no one has time for friends or any of that stuff. And then I'm sure later on in life that comes around, There's always balance too. It's not like you're never gonna have friends, or never have a social life, but understand that a social life is evolving just like anything else. It's totally normal. It's totally normal to feel alone. Like I think the problem is that like so many people are like looking for something external to solve their internals, but I think it's more prevalent than ever that we're gonna have to figure out how to combat the internals without having to force the externals to do so. So anyway, I tried being organized, I tried being structured, you know, so I gave you guys some visuals right here. Let me know what you thought of this this process. That being said, thank you guys for watching this video. Like and subscribe, and let me know down in the comments what you would like to see next. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.